Chatting with interesting people while styling while we run. It's Kickin In Crocs. We're Kickin In Crocs.
Nick is checking if we can hear Steve.
Keep talking. You're the only one we can hear. Great. Uh. Oh. Oh. Huh. 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 I think I can be heard too now. I think. Hang on. Wait and see. I think I can be heard now too. I think. Wait. There's people watching. Yeah. I think we're good. No. See, Zoom is separate. Zoom is separate from this. You guys will be able to hear me. It's a live stream. Oh, wait, we have Anthony Bots. We have Anthony Bots is here. Okay, we're good. He can tell us if he can hear us or not. All right. It's so weird how I can't see your sound levels moving though when you guys talk. That's weird. Okay, well, we're here. We're doing it. Just wait for Mr. Bots to tell us, I guess. I think it might just be three talking heads that are not talking. I can hear it. Uh-huh. Oh, nice. Oh, I don't think they can hear you guys. They can hear me. Hi. I don't know. I don't know why it's working. Just so the people listening on the live stream, they're both yelling at me right now. Go ahead. Ha.
Kelsey says she can hear us.
Yeah,
You only hear
Steve.
Steve.
It should be
Kelsey
working
only
now.
hears Steve.
It should be working now.
Kelsey, do you hear me now? She only hears Steve.
Yay! It should be good now.
Yeah, Steve is the only one Anthony can hear as well.
Steve only, she says.
Okay, give it a minute. There's a bit of a delay. It should be good now.
I'm delayed, she said.
Well, yeah, the stream is delayed.
Well, the delay is fine as long as it's not delaying between you and Steve talking.
It's a cat toy. Okay. Yeah, well, we're delayed because you're sitting in the room with me. No Nick at all.
No Nick at all?
No me at all? You guys could hear me, though? On Zoom?
No, I can hear you
This is
fine.
fascinating.
I can hear you fine.
This is
I
fascinating.
have it pulled up on my laptop over here. I can hear you guys fine.
Okay, perfect. That was
Okay.
the best entry.
Anthony Bot says we are all good. And so
Alright.
Solid Snake says we are
That's
awesome.
Will
Here,
Marunka.
how
That's
it
Will
works.
Marunka.
Oh, big
Will
Will.
Marunka. Solid Snake?
Well,
Alright.
yeah,
Love
we
that.
did. Okay. All right, guys. That's all we have
did
time
it.
for tonight. There we go. All right. We'll
Well
see you guys
done.
later. You stay
The
kicking it.
test of the equipment stream has been successful.
I can't.
Well,
man.
gentlemen, here we
can't.
are.
This is terrible.
We've made it work
All right.
with 0 topics and with no technology tests. We didn't
Nope.
test this out at all.
I did, and it was fine until it wasn't.
Yeah, but that's the love
How could you have
of
possibly
live.
tested out
streaming.
without us?
That's what I was going to say.
Well, I used desktop audio for you guys because you guys are on Zoom. So, but here we are. We're here.
I'm not sure
We
how that
made it.
we tested it, but we're here. I love it. So we are here. First live stream ever, guys. That is
Yes.
pretty cool. That is
So-
really cool.
So the
How was your
Jets are
day?
winning right now.
Yeah.
Currently.
Yeah.
I
The
thought
Jets
this
are
was a
winning right
family
now.
show.
This is a wonderful family show.
There was a
Oh.
disastrous Giants game today.
There
It
was
was
indeed.
painful. Thankfully, I was painting a ceiling at the time, so I only had it on in the background. We were painting the ceiling at my parents' kitchen.
Very
So
true. Very true.
I was sanding and painting, so I was covered in dust. And then I painted, and I didn't have to see the debacle that was the Giants game. I caught the last couple of minutes.
Maybe if you had focused more, they would have won. But because
It was
you were
on,
distracted,
like my mom had it on in the background, so I could hear
it.
every painful play
nice. I'm sure.
and her
that-
shouting at the TV. So
She's a big. The whole family's a big Giants.
while
fan,
she was
right? Robert
watching,
is like,
while she was watching Declan, so somebody had to keep track of Declan,
got
because
it.
Kelsey was also painting and sanding and whatnot.
How's it coming out?
We should be done. We're painting more stuff on Tuesday, and then hopefully cabinets on Sunday. So fingers crossed, potentially, maybe.
Nice.
If you're doing
We
the
got
cabinets
the-
on Sunday, I can't help you.
What?
Yeah, I told you during the week
I don't recall this.
when we first started this.
I
Mm,
don't recall this at all.
Well,
We'll work it out
It has been recalled.
It's
We'll work it out.
Steve.
at some point.
Nice.
Also,
cool.
Stevie's crushing me right now in our fantasy league.
That's not
Oh,
true. I'm
I'm
only winning by
getting-
1 point.
I'm getting hammered in our league as well. So
You're no, actually, I'm ahead, but you're 91%.
No, it says now you're ahead. It just updated. Yeah.
Yeah, I have 103 points. You have 101 points.
Well, yeah,
and yet
'cause
you're
you have no other
91%
people to play.
beating me.
You have no other people to play after today. You have no one for tomorrow's games. I have 2 people
I
for
still
tomorrow's
have
games.
1% chance.
You have
of
2
beating
people
Rob.
for tomorrow's games?
I do.
1%.
Oh man.
I have 2 people
Oh
left
man.
after today.
1% chance of beating Rob. Am I cute?
I have
Hey,
a 9%
1%
chance
is
of
still a
winning.
chance.
Man, I hope you guys go out an injury like first thing tomorrow and it just locks me in.
So you saw Sarah's comment, like, "Oh my God, there's so many injuries this season." I feel, and maybe
I mean,
that's
it's
regular.
football. That's what that I feel
No.
like that's every year. People go out.
Well, I don't do fantasy league every year, so I don't pay attention to it enough.
Well,
so-
right.
you don't really watch football in general.
No,
Yeah.
Nick's not a football. He did this purely because he'll just do it because he was invited to do it. That's about it.
Listen, I want in. I
Uh-huh.
gotta be in.
Yeah. If there's something on the line, if there's some competition, Nick needs
I
in.
want in. I
I
do.
understand. I get it.
I'm getting. I'll be honest. I've paid attention to football this year more than I have ever. So at least it's gotten me to pay attention a little bit.
It's not going well over here for me.
It's not going well
been,
for me either. Tonight's
I'll
going
tell
well,
I'm
you.
like,
but the
I'm
season
adamant,
itself is not
just
going
holding
well.
on. I'm holding on to people because I'm a Giants fan. Like Daniel Jones is still my main quarterback, even though like he got me 3 points. I
You
think
got Jordan.
today.
You got Jordan Love though. Jordan Love is a good.
I got
quarterback.
Jordan Love. I do got Jordan Love, and then I'm keeping the Giants defense. They've been doing all right. They didn't do all right today,
So,
but
so tell me if this is true for you, Dave. Right? So I have another friend of mine that's doing a fantasy league, and he says it's hard for him to enjoy football now because even if his favorite team wins, but not the right players, score him enough points, he has a hard time being happy. at
you
the end
know,
of the day.
not really because I still care more about the Giants games than I do my fantasy team. Like it's a fun little caveat, the fantasy, but I'm still more
Exactly.
like a Giants fan. So
Well, that's what I said. I said you have to go back to loving your team and not your fantasy league. And he's like, yeah, but I have a lot of money in my fantasy league. So
oh yeah, well we don't have a lot of money on the
no,
line. So
I told him. I said no. Ours is strictly like fun. With
It's
very
not,
very little engagement. It's nice.
Well, I mean, some people are more engaged than others, but
No. I'm sorry. I said it wrong. Very little on the line and make you nervous.
on the
It's
line,
fun.
yeah,
It's
for
just
sure.
fun. Yeah. Oh no, there's lots that the text sometimes blows up the text stream.
oh yeah,
Like nuts.
It
I,
does. I
you
usually
know-
ignore it. I'm just like, go ahead, talk, whatever.
we like that stuff. You want to trash talk? That's the fun of it.
Oh, big time. Yeah. I don't even know what
want
I'm
to
saying.
trash talk.
Although,
Yeah.
although
absolutely.
I can
as we were
trash talk.
shooting part of a video on Wednesday night, Steve's older brother, who was on the podcast, gave
Yes.
Steve advice to not play Patrick Mahomes.
He did.
And how did Patrick Mahomes do today?
He didn't do so hot, but I don't have any other quarterbacks.
He
to
did
put in.
amazing.
No,
he
he
did. He did
didn't.
amazing today.
No, he did not. He did absolutely awful.
He did.
No.
All the analysts are talking about how good he
Let
was.
me put this up
Wait a
right
minute.
now. Let me put this up right now. Okay,
Someone
ready?
didn't watch the
Here-
right game. Hold on.
I did. Dave did not. Here's what I'm talking about.
No.
Ready?
He only scored you 12 points. I get it.
Correct.
But like, every analyst that was watching it was like, he made every right decision. They were doing good.
Well, he did.
They're still the last undefeated team.
He did. He did. No, I'm not saying he played the game bad, but here's his points from the previous games leading up to this one. The first game of the season got 17 points. Second game, 16 points. Third game, 20 points. Fourth game, 15 points. And now we got, the fifth game, he got 13, but now we got 12. So he is on this downward trend. Kansas City won.
Drop him.
Kansas City won that game because of their running backs, their running game. That's how they won that game.
No, defense. They were talking about Kansas City's a defensive team.
Defense
that
too,
was the whole thing they
defense
kept
too.
saying.
But the only points that they really scored was off of running plays when you think about it.
They kept
when you
saying,
look at it closely, the biggest gains they got was off of running plays.
The analysts kept saying you got to use the Kansas City being a defensive team because their defense was amazing.
Oh no, yeah, it was the beginning of that game was absolutely crazy.
There
was 2 turnovers in the first drive.
So if I'm hearing you correct, you're looking to trade Patrick Mahomes? I'll make a trade with you. You want to trade Patrick Mahomes?
The only problem is that I don't have anybody that could possibly replace him. Like, I have Justin Fields, but he's not playing. He's benched for some reason. They switched to Russell Wilson for some reason. So he's not playing. Wilson. So I might have to drop Fields if they don't keep putting him out there. But Fields was doing a good job. And so I had him as like a little backup between. I have Mahomes and I have Goff, Jared Goff, as my two quarterbacks.
Burrow.
You have Joe Burrow?
I'll trade you.
Don't trade Joe Burrow. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm down.
Don't trade Joe Burrow.
Shut up,
I think he's gonna be docked. Oh no, not Joe Burrow. I'm sorry, wrong one. Deshaun Watson. That's what I want.
Oh, okay, you could trade him. That's fine.
So anyway, so we went to brunch this morning.
Oh,
cool.
And
where did we go?
I didn't go.
So
Nick, did you go?
So both my mother and my wife both have October birthdays, like within a week of each other. So we did a joint birthday like brunch today, and I wore my white puff Crocs.
And they both walked out.
And initially, all was well until we got to the restaurant, and Declan wanted to walk on the rocks. So I'm going to walk on the rocks with him. Immediately, I get dirt on them. They're like all white.
Are they a? What's
you have made mistakes.
Is it Cross-Light? Like, is it plastic or is it easy to rub off?
No, it's like a Cross-Light. It's like a Cross-Light. I immediately got home and cleaned them and everything's fine. But it was like, when you wear a brand new pair of white shoes?
Yes.
And you're like, it took 3 seconds. 3 seconds.
Well, I will tell you, my light rides, I cannot get them fully black the way I want to anymore after I took them to the beach. It's like almost like the sand dyed them, like the hot sand almost
they scored
like
the color off.
Yeah, a little bit. It was really weird. And I've been trying to. I'm like, oh, can I clean it off? Can I? What? And I'm.
Do you have Croc Shine?
It's the first I've heard of it, so the answer is no.
Oh, I have a bunch of Croc Shine.
Yeah, that's like it's like sort of a thing that you can. What is it? Sort of like how would you describe it?
It's a shoe shine for Crocs. It shines your Crocs. It adds luster to it. I have a couple packages of it. It's not a cleaner though. It's not. You have to clean the shoe first, and then it's the polish. It finishes it. So it's called
I'm gonna bring it, but will it work on a light ride though? Because it's not exactly.
Yeah, no, it should work on it.
Okay, I'm gonna bring one. I'll bring them over, and I'm gonna try it. Sorry, they're clean. They just can't get that.
Yeah, no, I got a bunch of things here of Croc Shine.
Yeah, I just want to try one. If it works, then I'll get my own. But I'm gonna try one.
I shine my Crocs.
Boom. Yeah. What else did people do inside of this?
Yeah, I cleaned. I had to clean my white puffs because they're like among my favorite. They're among my favorite.
Is Declan grounded for getting your white Crocs dirty?
Yes, actually, he wore. Today was the first time he put on his Spider-Man shoes.
No, really?
Yeah, and they're a little bit like harder a shoe compared to like everything else he wears. So you can see he was walking more like boom, 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 boom. Like
5.
And then he stopped because he realized he stopped within the first 2 steps because he realized Spider-Man was on the top of his shoe. So he started like pointing and like touching the Spider-Man that was on his shoe.
Yeah, I that's really funny. I like that. Poor
kid.
Yeah.
He can recognize Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, he's there. No, I heard him chatting with you this morning when you sent the Snapchat. Like, hey Dad, what's up? Like you guys are just getting up.
He knows, well, because they do that Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends on Disney,
Oh, great show for kids.
So they
Love it.
introduce all the kids to Spider-Man pretty quickly.
Mr. Bots
Yes,
is
and-
complaining about us doing the podcast.
No,
this
no,
late.
it's a suggestion, and I
He's
like
complaining
that
that's doing it
suggestion.
late.
He says, "I'm too old to stay
Yeah.
up this late. Tomorrow morning is
Because,
going to
well,
be
don't
rough."
forget when he listens to our recordings when he's going to work.
going
Well,
to
we
work,
we
yeah.
we we did not have intentions on doing it this late. It's just life. Life happened this week. It was a week.
But you know what? I like that suggestion. Trying to do maybe like a brunch
That'd
one.
be cool
one
to have
time.
like little brunch food there with it. and,
Yeah.
like,
We could do an
that'd be
earlier
cool.
live stream. We
Yeah.
had no intention of doing a live stream today. It just
If this works out, though,
Life
that
happened.
actually lets us do maybe a shorter session during the day.
well, we're not
actually
planning
would
on
be
doing.
better.
Don't worry, Mr. Bots. It's not going to be a long.
It's not going to be a whole
podcast.
hour. I don't think.
No.
We're almost done.
It's time for Nick to go to bed, man.
It was just No, we had things to take care of this week, and it was just impossible to get together and actually do this.
But no, I've wanted to do this for a while. This is a good little test run for it because hopefully we can do more of these, and then we can give more viewers like more notice, more time for them all to come in and have questions, and we can go
Well,
basically make it about the viewers more.
And then we can actually advertise it.
Yeah,
properly
exactly.
versus,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well,
we have one right now.
again, completely unprompted.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
like
So, Nick, you had topics you want to talk about social media, the rise and fall of social media throughout the ages.
Yeah. I mean,
A
nothing too
docuseries brought
crazy.
to you by Kicking In Crocs.
Very official. Very official. No,
Cue the
it's
intro song.
funny because it was quick. We need a
Well,
kicker.
Ancient Apocalypse season 2 just started on Netflix, and I love that show.
Ancient
So, like-
Apocalypse is actually pretty cool.
Never
Oh
saw
man,
it.
it's so good. You should watch first season and immediately watch the second season. Anyway,
I've never used. It's on Netflix. You said?
yeah,
Into
man,
the pod. Is it like a documentary? Of
it's a
some kind?
docuseries. Yeah.
Okay, I'll watch it. I love it. I'm up for a good docuseries. It's Isabella's birthday in October as well, right? So now you've got.
So
as you
just her
know-
birthday was Saturday.
Yeah. So it's a big birthday
All
of
these
October.
October people.
Love it. It's cool, man. I'm cool.
My
for it.
mom, my
I'm
wife,
with
and
it.
your daughter,
a good
London's
month.
wife.
Yeah, the theme is important women in our lives. No, the theme is. I didn't hear what you said. The
Good,
last one.
I
good.
said-
We'll
I
move
said-
on.
That's fine. We'll move on.
London. You said London's wife. Didn't
London's
you?
wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
You zeroed right in
Disconnect
on
his
it.
line.
You
Disconnect his
zeroed
line.
right in
No.
on it.
No, I said it's important women in our life in October, so that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So because of that, I've had a lot of the kids' friends over throughout the week, visiting Isabella, or hanging out with Luca, whatever it may be. And I've been asking them, like, hey guys, like, what topics would you guys like to hear if you were to listen to a podcast that it's like family friendly, right? And one that came out was just like different, social media, as far as what did it look like? What is it now? Like they know. You think they know a lot more than we would, but they're pretty much, kind of in the same, realm as us, as far as, Instagram and Twitter or
Kelsey's coworkers
X.
had come over the other day. And we eating dinner, we were talking about that as far as like, when I was younger, when Facebook was just coming out, right? Facebook was just for colleges. Like your university
Remember
had
that,
to
right?
apply to get Facebook on the campus. And then, because I remember because
Before
the
Facebook,
girl I
it
was
was
dating,
MySpace.
well, I had a
Yeah.
MySpace too.
Well, before that was AOL Messenger. That was like
Right.
Well,
the
AOL
thing.
Messenger and MySpace were kind of with each other. Like they didn't compete with each other; they were together.
Well,
in
yeah,
a
but
way.
remember MySpace though was like current social media. It was through a web browser where AOL
Oh, yeah, no,
Messenger
I
was
know,
unique
but,
to
like,
AOL.
But like it didn't have messaging. It didn't have like you had to have both. You had to function in both worlds.
But now you remember, not to cut your story off, but Steve brought up MySpace, right? MySpace was interesting because you spent a lot of time on the space, on the homepage, putting
Customizing it.
background
Yeah.
music,
It was your
customizing,
space,
right?
yeah.
What I liked about it was you could rank your friends and like
That
Would
ruined
you?
friendships.
oh man, you have your top 8, and then you'd be like, you know what? I don't like you this week, and you move them off your top 8, or like you'd wonder what happened in somebody else's life. You're like, the top 8 changed. Oh,
Right,
City's
right.
not on the top 8
And,
anymore.
no, and it was everyone's best friend was Tom, the main guy.
oh yeah,
Tom,
well
yeah.
you can move Tom off here, but he was always on your friend list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I love
But
that.
MySpace
see-
is still around. It's just for like musicians and stuff now.
Yeah. And
But
AOL Messenger, I see Anthony jumping in. 100% right. And again, a lot of the kids are not going to know what we're talking about that ever watch this. That was the dial-up age, right? So
Dial-up internet.
When your internet sounded like your fax machine, right?
yeah. Well, you know what's funny is Instagram added those little away messages that you can set up now.
What's that? I don't know what that
They
is.
they set up little like you know, if you go on Instagram on the top
Called notes.
bubbles of people's stories are, they have notes, which is you know, it's away messages.
No, but that's cool. I see. I just learned something now. I did not know that. You know what it is? I don't go to
It's
many
basically
people
away
like
messages.
direct,
It's what away messages were.
but that's when you go directly to their page. Is that what it is? It'll say it.
No, if you
it's
go
just
into
not everybody uses
Messenger,
them. Just on the top.
Top of their story sometimes.
Oh,
A little note.
That's cool.
You
I have
just
to
share
see
little
one. I
note
don't see it,
thoughts
but
and stuff like that. It's there.
Oh,
If you go into
neat.
messages.
Yeah. No. I believe you. And this is an Instagram, right? You said?
Yes.
Sweet.
I'll put one up
Kelsey,
for Kickin' In Crocs. He calls the shadow half
I do.
and puts his
I
phone
do.
in front of his face to block him.
I do. I'm blocking everything.
Block it out. Block it out. Yeah. So I remember, with AOL, the fun part was it took you a good 10 minutes to get actually online, and then forget it if it froze up and you have to reset the entire
Well,
computer just to
so
get the certificate
now you're
back
talking about
on.
when you got on the internet, because before we had AOL, we had CompuServe and we had Prodigy in my
Oh my
household
God.
because my dad was a giant nerd, and then eventually we got AOL.
I
And then
never, I,
we
yeah, I
got
didn't have
cable
either
modem
of
and
those at home. I had them at school actually, but I didn't have it
yeah.
at home. I think we had CompuServe at school.
Steve's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
No, Steve will know this one. Ready? The best social media invention ever: the passing of the note in school. And it became social media when you dropped that note, said note, and someone else got their hands on it and now passed it on the
I
rest of the
wasn't a
class.
big note passer though. I didn't really write notes.
I didn't do it too often either, but that I do see what he's saying though.
You know what I do a lot of, and it's so funny because we were talking about this with Isabel the other day. I told Isabella because she was trying to write
Love Letters in London.
an essay,
Got it.
an essay for an entrance to a program. And I told her, because she's had a lot of ideas going on. I said, great. As soon as we get home, start writing those ideas down. And she's like, well, I have this, that, and the other thing. I said, you've got to do it when it's fresh in your mind. For me, ideas flow very late at night. So when Nicole and I, before we had kids, and before,
Notepad next to the bed.
no, I had a notepad too, but it's sticky notes for one reason or another. And then you'd wake up and I'd have sticky notes all over my nightstand, like everywhere. It was just the weirdest. I don't know why notepad would have made more sense, but it was just easier to rip it, write it, rip it, write it.
But it's funny. It's funny you say that because I'm actually my nephew is doing the college application process.
Okay.
So I'm reviewing his essay for him right now. His entrance essay.
Okay. Yeah. And I'll tell you something, right? These entrance essays, they're tough because even Isabella's right. This program used to do interviews. This year, they just stopped the interviews and replaced it with just this written entrance form. And the written entrance form wants legitimate, like, why do you want to do this program? Not just facts on things that drove you here,
Yeah.
but like emotionally, like what's driving you to do this program. And she's not used to writing like that. So she's just listing,
well, that's kind of how
I do this. I know to do this.
They don't teach kids to write like that anymore.
No.
I mean,
So
we used to
I'm trying
have
to
to
teach her
learn how to
now.
write like that. We used to have to do different types of writing.
Oh yeah.
We did formal, informal. You don't do any of that anymore in school.
And again, there's informational, and then there's emotional, or
that was always the when
like
I took legal writing in college, and that was always where I struggled because they were like too flowery. There's got to be very cut and dry, direct, to the point.
Anthony and Will brought up some good comments. Anthony says he had Prodigy internet, but before he got a second line, he couldn't go online if his parents needed to use the phone.
Oh yeah, I lived
all
that life
connected.
too. We got a second line for that
Before you
reason.
move from that, listen, my sister, the princess that she was the only one in the house to get a second line in her room. Everyone else, the other three of us, the people that use the phone the most because of work or whatever it may be, had to share the main house line.
We had a second line for
line.
the internet. We had a second line, but it was dedicated right?
We got that later on.
Totally to the internet. So we had one line for talking on the phone. And then when I started dating in high school, there was no you talked on the phone. So
Yeah.
we'd be on the phone for 3 hours, and like nobody actually got up and said, "Hey, you knock on the door. Could you get off the phone?" My dad would or my mom would pick up the phone, like, "Hey, I need to make a phone call,"
Oh,
when you're in the middle of your
Nicole,
conversation.
Dave, Nicole could tell you. My mom,
Like,
right? I'm what, 19? My mom will pick up the
yeah.
phone. It's getting late. You think it's time for bed? And I'm like, get off the phone. What are you doing? And
Leave me alone.
The
Dave,
best was
did you have the phone with the 30-foot line?
yeah.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
mom had an old my parents had a rotary phone in the kitchen, mounted to the wall.
My grandmother had one, and now mounted to the wall.
But what would kill me was whenever I would call my high school girl, right? Like after I would come home for karate, shower, and I would call her, and her dad would never just put her on the phone. So I'd be like, "Hey, so and so there," and he'd be like, "Why do you want to talk to my daughter?" I was like, "Oh, well, we talk every night,
Kind of her boyfriend.
Why do you have to talk to her tonight?" It'd be like 20 questions. I'm like, "This is ridiculous. Why do you
Well,
do this every time?"
I'll tell you, when someone would call for my sister, right? They would call and be like, Sandra home? And I would just hang up the phone. No,
Oh,
hello. No, hello. No, how are you? No, this Sandra. Try again.
Oh yeah, you gotta have
wow.
at least have courtesy.
And then eventually, hello, this is so and so. Is Sandra available? Oh yeah, sorry. Must have missed that the first couple times you called.
Oh, the protective brother.
Um,
Did you do you still
So
have a house line?
I do now, but here's the
Oh,
thing though,
we do
lame.
too, yeah.
Dave. No, but you know why it is lame? It really is
Lame.
lame, because the only reason you keep a house line is if the power goes out, and now it doesn't matter anymore because it's all on the
It's
Ethernet
a
anyway.
voice over IP anyway, most
So
of the
it's
time, so it doesn't
stupid. It's
matter.
a waste of money. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
rid of it. It's
You
dumb.
should. You
So
should just get a cell phone.
so Will put on. It's funny. AOL used to come on a disc in the mail.
Yes. Yes,
But
it did.
here's the funny thing. Netflix too, right? Netflix, you used to have a disc to hook up Netflix to
Yeah.
like actually a video game system, your
Well,
Wii or
no,
a
no. Remember
DVD drive.
Netflix? You could just mail you a DVD. That
No,
was its
yeah,
first business model. Was they would just
yeah,
mail you the DVD.
yeah,
You
yeah,
watch it, you mail it back.
yeah. It's true. But
You put it in
if
back
you
in the
ask
mail.
Blockbuster, that's a failed strategy. It's not going to work. So
It's not gonna
so
work.
is streaming.
It's not. Yeah, it's just a terrible idea. It
I
won't
do
catch
miss
on.
Blockbuster though. I do miss the Friday night of going and not knowing what you like, having a movie in
Let's
mind.
go
and
see
then
what we're
have a
gonna watch.
backup.
Yeah.
And you also get to see like what are other people looking at,
Yeah.
right?
Well, and then they always didn't. If it was popular, it was always gone. Somebody else got it before you,
It's like
And then you buy your snacks.
man.
You get your little snacks.
and you buy your little snack. It was a good night.
It
You
was
don't have it
honestly,
anymore.
we did it plenty of times. It was definitely an outing,
And then there
right?
was, to a lesser extent, we would do Hollywood video, because if there was a Hollywood video, we would do that.
You know what? You know what? Too, I think it made more of an like, especially for dating. Like it
It was
made
an
more of like an
event.
atmosphere for it. Yeah,
It was an
versus
event.
just like turning the TV on. Like
I'd go
doing
like this,
Netflix
click,
is
click.
like
What do you want
just
to watch? What do you
Well,
want to
now
watch?
it's
so
just talking
lazy.
into the remote. Now it's all voice commands.
Oh, my dad said that the other day. He was at my house. My Optimum's regular remote doesn't have voice control. I don't think
Oh, mine does.
it does. You have to show
Outdated.
me.
Yes,
Maybe
man.
mine doesn't.
Yeah.
Or maybe I don't know.
Outdated.
Wait, where's the no? Go back on. So where is the voice control? What button is the voice control?
You could just hit the little Google Assistant, and it will do everything for you.
You hold it and talk into it, or
You just
Yeah,
press
man.
it.
You just press it.
okay? Now I feel old. I should have done that.
It's a little
'Cause I didn't
Google
know.
Assistant.
No,
I
but
got.
when I hit it the
Come on,
first time,
Grandpa.
it just
You
brought
just
up the Google prompts, but it didn't say
you
voice
could
command.
talk.
Like my Amazon TV has a talk button feature, like my
Yeah,
Amazon.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
was looking
never.
for
I
it.
just don't do like. I feel like my dad loves all the voice commands for everything. Everything's hooked up. Like you
Yeah.
walk in, he's like, "Okay, Alexa, lights on, temperature." Like I think if you grew up a Star Trek fan and everything was like computer lights on, so he like
Yeah, it must be
program
what
into
it
that
is,
world.
yeah.
Everything.
Can he do no? And this is a serious question because my friend was able to do this. Oh my god, like 10 years ago, he hooked up even like his blinds in his house.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah, he
my
didn't,
God, crazy.
but he can.
Yeah. Oh, it's Steve. Yeah,
His
this guy.
microwave, the new microwave we helped mount and then took down because we got to remount it again. It's Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi enabled.
Yeah, but you still put the food in it for now.
Well, yeah, yes.
For now.
You still have to put the food in it. This is
The
correct.
reason I'm saying that is you have to walk over there to do that. So
Yeah, you
Correct.
still have to
Although I
open the
did just see a
door and put
video.
the food
I
in.
did just see a video of a walk-in coffee table on Instagram, and I
Oh
thought that
my
was pretty cool.
god.
I love it. I love it.
What is
I love it.
happening?
Well, my dad
Yeah,
said
it's the movie. It's Wally.
Jetsons. No, the Jetsons.
No, it's Wally. We're all gonna get fat and live in our chairs and not do anything.
I already have my down payment, my floaty chair.
You see the movie Wally? You
That's
know what I'm
already
talking
coming.
about?
It's Luca's favorite movie. I definitely look at his Crocs. They have Wally all over it.
Kelsey and I walked down the aisle to a Wally.
Oh,
did.
did you?
They did, yeah.
Yeah,
Nice. Oh,
yeah.
that's so cool.
We have little Wally and Eve
Oh, I remember that.
coffee mugs
Yep, that I see. Those are good.
with little hearts.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Luca loves Wally. Yeah, he's a huge.
And then I think that was our walk in, and our walk out was from Up,
Oh, nice.
the movie
Okay.
Up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because we always joke around Wally, right? And the fact that we're all heading towards that direction. And then we were making that joke. And then we went to Disney that year, and a good 10th of the people that were there were in like the mobile
Oh
chairs.
yeah.
And I'm like, look, the Disney's preparing for the Wally world. Not just the movie was a little prequel, and now they're doing it for the parks, and soon you won't be moving anywhere anymore.
I'll be at Disney in January, but I'll be running.
Oh yeah. It's your annual run.
I'll
Yep.
be running.
His annual Disney marathon.
I'll be running.
Oh yeah, gotta do the run. That's cool. That should be a lot.
Yeah.
bringing- Are you bringing little man this time?
Yeah. He was. I mean, yeah, he was there last time too.
But do you run with him? I don't remember.
I mean, he was because he was pregnant the last time, so yes, we were running
So
with
yes,
him.
you ran with
Technically,
him.
he was there.
No. My parents will take him. Like we'll see him on Main Street, but no, we're not going to run with the stroller or anything like that. Not for 26 miles.
Not
Forget
for-
that.
Yeah, that'd be terrible.
Pass. There's people that do
boy.
it. No.
I think my dog woke up Nicole because not when I say my dog, it's not my dog. It's actually her dog.
We were
not
just-
Ivy, not Ivy, Rosie.
We just talked about that because Kelsey ran 10 miles yesterday, and I got to do like 8 or 9 tomorrow.
Okay.
I think Declan's max is going to be like 12 or 13 before he's like, just get me out of the stroller.
That's
I
even
try
a
and
lot.
plan it so he fall. I try and plan it so he falls asleep pretty much the whole time, but still, it's a
It's a good plan. You try.
yeah.
Doesn't have to
I
work out
mean,
that way.
he almost always falls asleep during the run. Or I try and plan around his nap, but it's I think once we start getting to those double-digit numbers,
We
he
do the
starts
same
getting
thing with
antsy.
Steve when he's drinking. We just try to get him.
Steve runs 3 miles with me every Wednesday.
Hey, listen. Well, you told him he won't go. He won't go. An inch over 3 miles.
No,
that's his
no.
limit.
Which is crazy because the Spartan races we do are much longer than that.
But
Yeah,
are
that's
we
your sh-
running
that's
the
a
whole
sprint, right?
time? Is it just a
We're
run?
probably running more than 3 miles though.
Is it just a run the whole? There's also obstacles there to distract you. Like
Yeah,
if you say to me,
Uh,
okay, we'll
Do you
run
want me to
for
set up
3.
obstacles in the neighborhood? I'll set
Huh?
up obstacles in the neighborhood.
No,
Do
see,
it.
like-
I'll,
you
I'll
like-
happily do some.
Well, what if
obstacles.
what if we're like, hey Steve, jump that fire hydrant?
Okay,
like,
I don't know
that'll be
about
like-
all that.
Mile 4, you have to
that's
hurdle a
why
fire
it's an
hy-
obstacle.
like
It's an obstacle.
Eh,
Dave,
fucking-
every 2 minutes, you just swing at him.
Yeah, you got to climb that guy's chimney.
So let
climb
go
that
of the
guy's chimney
stroller.
up to the
All
roof.
right, bye, Declan. Ah!
He's got to
That
trip
did-
you. Try to trip you.
Yeah, you got to scale this guy's chimney, jump that fire hydrant. We'll make little challenges throughout so it'll be good.
You have to break and enter into this house.
And if he
Right.
doesn't successfully do it, you stun gun him.
Grab that guy's lawnmower, do 3 sections, get out.
And if he doesn't do it, he has to do 100 burpees. Done.
Yeah, that's done.
Well, easy, man. It's only 30 burpees in the Spartan races.
Yeah, 100. Done. And you have to.
They
Have
don't
one of those
really- I
little,
mean,
like,
they've kind of been-
stunners.
They've kind of been eliminating the burpees though. They give you like penalty loops and stuff.
Oh, got it.
They're going soft. That's what it is.
Oh
Yeah,
man, it's happening. It's happening. Everyone's getting a trophy. Oh,
I mean, everybody does get a medal if you finish that thing. That's the whole
Well,
point.
I mean,
I get it though. I get it because
that's
the goal
if you,
there
if,
isn't
if
to
you
win.
finish,
it's
it's
to
just an
finish.
accomplishment in of itself. So you deserve a medal. You earned it.
But that's true. And they do. If you DNF, they don't give you a medal.
Oh, really?
You don't
Yeah,
get
if
a
you do
medal
not
for just
finish,
signing up.
they don't give you a medal.
Yeah, but and that's what it is. The Spartan races, as long as I've known about them, has always been to finish, not to win anything. Like just complete.
Yeah,
Yep.
only like
When
the
you
top,
finish,
top
that means you
people are
won.
like-
Yeah, seriously.
only like the top of the top, like the pros, because they do have a competitive heat
Well, so let me
and a
ask
pro,
you.
and then beyond the competitive, they have the pros. So they
just
do
to
have
tie
2
it-
tiers of that.
I'm going to tie it back to our topic. Do they do any live viewings on social media of their events? Like, is that a
Yeah.
big
Oh
thing for
yeah.
them?
I think so. I think didn't they have their own channel at one point?
They
Spartan
had a
TV or
TV
something?
show at one point, and yeah, for the competitive folks,
Is
They
it
live
like
stream it on
so-
YouTube, I
so-
think.
Was it
they
YouTube? Was
do.
it YouTube?
Pretty sure they
I
live
think
stream the
so.
championship.
Where out is Thread? Does Thread have video? I honestly I never go into it.
Threads is just Threads is Twitter.
Just say
just
literally
Twitter.
think of Threads
For,
as
for
Twitter.
Instagram,
so.
basically.
It's Instagram, Twitter.
No, it's not Instagram, but yeah, it's just it's Twitter. So Twitter had video, so
Well,
I'm pretty sure Threads does too.
it's Instagram, Facebook's version of Twitter.
That
what it
has
is.
failed pretty badly.
Now,
Just
do you
picture-
feel
yeah.
like the change of Twitter to X was a dumb move as far as the name? Like they should have maybe kept the name Twitter. I
Well,
know
nobody says
X.
I sent an X. They just they tweet.
Yeah, I almost wish like he
Or they
think,
say
like,
I
they should have
posted
kept-
on X, like it's
They
Yeah.
should have kept the X, like call it X if you want to call it X, but leave like the Twitter symbol like somewhere within the X somewhere. So it's like you're not completely
yeah,
eliminated because even like even Facebook,
it was a very strong rebrand. Like it was almost like you're changing
You're done.
too much. Like why? What
Well,
is the purpose
I
behind
thi-
this?
well, the purpose
We
was
could-
they wanted to show a complete change in the way they were going to run the business, right? They wanted to show, you
What
know,
I've seen, it hasn't changed too much.
We're gonna do
if
we're
you
gonna do
weren't
Bunkai and
impacted by it,
Burks.
then no. Say again.
We're gonna do Bunkai and Burks, like Birkenstocks.
Don't do that.
Bunkai and Burks. You know,
No idea. Nope.
that's gonna be our rebrand.
Steve, it's all you.
I thought our rebrand was gonna
Birkenstocks?
be punching in pillows.
Could do that too.
Hmm.
That could be our big X rebrand.
Or salsa and sandos.
I can't
Salsa
salsa.
Sandals.
I guess we'll
Mm.
figure it out.
We had an instructor back in the day,
Bouncing and button-up.
Jesus, and he taught a cardio salsa class.
Oh,
So
that's
we still
right.
had
I
cardio
remember you said
kickboxing,
that,
and we had a cardio salsa class. Ooh.
Yeah, but that lasted not even 6 months though. Or was it a
No,
year?
yeah, it didn't last long.
Remember
but
we
the
used
only
to have
reason-
Zumba?
It was Zumba before Zumba.
Yeah.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, that was that I know who that was. Yeah.
He should have banked. He should have banked in on that though, because like he was
He
doing
was
that before
ahead of his
Zumba was a
time.
thing. He was ahead of his time.
You're right.
He just didn't market it well, I don't think, because he just did it within our walls.
And he wasn't consistent, unfortunately.
And he wasn't an attractive female, which seems to market much better these days.
Yeah, I mean you need something you can put on paper that people are gonna be like, I
Steve,
want
actually, Vinatelli was a licensed Zumba instructor.
That's why it stopped.
No, he does. Maybe V Rocky can toss some
He went
Zumba
down.
action.
He did the whole thing in Atlantic City. He did the whole Oh yeah. Because we had a Zumba instructor and she had to keep canceling classes last minute.
I remember that.
And then that left the burden on us to talk to everybody. Which was annoying because it was the only thing we ever outsourced really. And we're like, we don't want to do that
And here's
anymore.
the crazy thing though.
And
right?
Vinatelli's like, hey, I'll go get certified. So he went and he got certified.
What I liked is that we were always willing to let people try to be successful, and then it was up to them to do it, right? Which is cool.
Yeah.
I love that we, supported that. I love the business.
Most
I was
football was
not
always
going
in
to
to
get
support people.
Zumba certified.
Without a doubt. Say again.
I was not going to get Zumba certified. There was
Like Master
no,
Paul,
no
also,
chance.
He had someone come in to
neither.
run. What was the workout that was it? Insanity? Is there an
No.
insanity
I don't
workout
remember.
You guys ran? You guys ran something
No.
else instead of kickboxing one night. I'm pretty sure it was an insanity workout, right?
Oh, we let somebody come in and just do something.
it was
Yeah,
someone that wasn't an insanity.
something like that.
I think it was one of the moms from the school, though. I don't think it was somebody
It
else.
was,
I
yes.
completely am.
No. It was someone. It was one of the moms at school.
I think the only thing I would get certified for if we added it would be like yoga or something. That would be it. Like, the only thing
Yoga
I'm
would be
interested-
cool.
We had a yoga program for a little bit.
Did we?
It was in the mornings, and it just became Dawn's Breakfast Club, basically.
I didn't know that. I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
too
that-
fun.
that
Way
would've
we're
been
going
tough.
way. I mean, we're going way back, like 20 some odd years. But yes.
Yeah, that one I don't remember. That's
Yeah. No, she did a morning yoga class.
Dawn's
you go.
Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
So tying it back in, right? So what would you say would be like the most popular upcoming streaming or social media business right now, right? So I'm familiar with Instagram. Facebook is kind of getting phased out by the younger generation, right?
I
My
don't really think
generation.
anything's taken over TikTok and
TikTok
and
has
Instagram.
blown up. TikTok has blown
TikTok
up
and Instagram
significantly
are
for the younger
TikTok blew up
generation.
again.
But also,
I thought TikTok was slowing down. It's picking up
TikTok
again?
has slowed down. It has slowed down.
Well, TikTok's involved in a lot of
Um,
legal battles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly because of
So-
that. But YouTube has really taken off too. It's become so much more than just another social media.
Yeah, YouTube is probably the number one, I would say.
But it's not really a social. I mean, it is a social media.
It
No,
is. I mean, it is.
It has
No, it is,
social
it is.
media aspects to it, yeah, but it's
The
become a search
the
engine.
thing with YouTube, that's what I was gonna say.
A
The thing with
video,
YouTube is
a video. It's like
it's
it's like
the,
TV for the internet.
it's the largest. I mean, it's the only video platform that's really caught on, right? There are other video platforms, but none of them do what YouTube does. It's
No.
the second largest search engine in the world,
Yeah.
next to Google, and Google owns them.
Google owns it, yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah, there's a lot of conversation going on with Google, by the way. So I wonder how that's going to pan out.
yeah, there's
Discord.
talk monopolistic.
Discord. Anthony Bots also says Discord. seems to be
Discord's
becoming
great
popular.
amongst gamers, especially.
Well,
Well, yeah, they use it as
so-
voice chat.
So I'm
Yeah.
glad you brought that up, Anthony. Yeah, we use Discord when we were doing Dungeons and Dragons through COVID, and I had never
Oh.
used it before, but it worked. It did work really well.
I don't
as
like
a
it.
Yeah,
chat.
the
it's not
gaming
the
world uses
same.
Discord like crazy. Oh, speaking of which,
Well, it was
somebody
COVID,
was
yeah, I
telling
think.
me that Microsoft is kind of done with the Xbox. They're moving
Really?
on.
I was telling you at one point. Someone else too.
Yeah. somebody was telling me yesterday about a council coworker,
They-
a big time
They're
gamer.
going to go to development only, like of gaming.
Yeah, because the
That's crazy.
PS5 was so much better, and then the PS6.
That is not
gonna
what
be-
they said. They just
Yeah,
said they didn't
well, of
want
course I
to
wouldn't say that, but the
No,
PS6
I
is going
think
to come out.
I think one of the things
The
is
PS6
They
is
just
going to
got
come
crushed.
out.
Yeah, because they're the only console that's killing it.
But here's my question: why, at that point, if you know Xbox is going to stop, don't even go out with another system.
Exactly. Just leave it as PS5.
Just pump out games now. But see, here's the thing. Here's the scary thing, though, Dave. So say you don't have an Xbox. It's like when you get rid of like Burger King for a McDonald's. Like they have, who is their console competition?
Nintendo.
That's rough because they're completely different experiences.
Yeah,
Well, that's cool
yeah,
then,
yeah,
though, because
Nintendo.
both audiences can. Because that means that there won't be too much
but I mean,
overlap.
yeah,
then.
but what
I
I
think
always get.
I think, but anything
what I-
that comes out of an Xbox, I mean PC comes out of the PC.
No, I
The
know.
only
but
trouble, the
my
trouble is
fear
with
is
how
what,
long it
Dave?
takes for it to come out on a PC.
Not
It
only
takes
that,
a
but
while.
what happens when you take out
Some games
competition?
come out on PC first.
Yeah, no, I know. Quality drops. I'm aware.
Yeah, I mean, we always joke, and we have, I would say, a steady conversation around like wrestling, right? We talk about it. We're wrestling fans, at least two of us, and Dave's an occasional wrestling fan with good guesses, because it's all in his mind. So
I
he's
watch
got
wrestling, when I was age appropriate for
But-
wrestling.
now. Got it. Yeah, right now. Got it. That wasn't funny, Dave. How dare you? So the reason I'm bringing it up is when
Didn't
they
you watch it when you were an
brought
adult? I'm
out
pretty sure you said
their-
you watched it in the Attitude Era. You were an adult during that time.
Well,
Yes,
yeah,
I was
when-
barely an adult. Go
Well,
on.
you're barely an adult now. When they bought the when they
The
bought
when they bought WCW.
yeah, it went downhill for a
Yep.
while, like 15 years. I mean, a long time. It took a
Long
long
time.
time for them to kind of recover.
See,
So, I mean, they just started recovering.
it'll be
the
interesting
last
though
5, 6
because
years.
PlayStation's always had exclusives that were just good.
What came out first, the PlayStation 1 or the Xbox?
PlayStation, I believe.
Yeah, I don't remember.
PlayStation. I don't think Xbox came around till PlayStation 2.
Well, it was don't forget that it was PlayStation, it was Dreamcast, it was they were
Dreamcast barely made it into the
I
conversation.
know, but it was there.
It was Sega and Nintendo, and
well,
then
it was Genesis,
PlayStation.
and Nintendo. Yeah, Sega Genesis.
Well, yeah, it was
And then
Sega and
Dreamcast.
Nintendo, and then
PlayStation came out.
PlayStation was the upstart, and then for a while it was just Nintendo. It was Nintendo and PlayStation. It was the
PlayStation was
N64.
released before the Xbox. The PlayStation was first released in 1994, and the Xbox was released in 2001.
Yeah, because it was Nintendo versus Sony for a long
So
time.
was the Xbox against the PlayStation 2 then? Like Xbox came out against PlayStation 2? Maybe.
I think so because it was
Probably.
because PlayStation had the N64 as its main competition.
And I had but the N64 was using disc or not?
No cartridge.
No cartridge,
was
right?
just the
PlayStation.
GameCube did the mini discs.
Yeah, so
Yes, I
PlayStation
love GameCube.
and Dreamcast were the first full CDs, right?
I think so. Well, Sega was
Sega
around.
CD too. You're right. Interesting. It's weird because
The Dreamcast was a great great but flawed system. I had a Dreamcast.
It had some cool games.
It had some
but
amazing games.
They just didn't pan out well. Marketing was horrible.
And the controller was stupid.
Yeah, yep.
But it had the plug in the bottom of the controller, and it like looped. It was so dumb.
Yeah, they did not think of that design at all. They didn't even fix it.
Ergonomically, I didn't like it.
Yeah, they didn't even fix it. They kind of left it that way.
No.
And then Nintendo tried a bunch of interesting things, right? What was
I mean, honestly, my favorite system right now is still probably the Switch. I mean, the one I use the most. I mean, there's some great titles on PlayStation that I love, but the Switch has, like, you know,
Dave, what was the
fun,
system where the game was in the controller, like had a monitor in your hand? Was
that was Dreamcast. You put the little thing in.
But I thought, did Nintendo have one like that at all, where you also had the monitor, or no, it was just the Dreamcast?
I don't know. Dreamcast was the one that did it, though, because Dreamcast had the little memory thing that went in your memory card went in the thing, and had a little screen on it, and you could play on
because
it.
I remember playing football games.
There was
where,
mini
like,
games
the
on it.
plays were on
Yep.
the controller, but then you played on TV. I love that feature. The plays are on the controller, but the TV had the actual game, so you didn't see your.
As a guy that just
plays.
watch football, you played the football video games?
I love sports. I'll play them. I just don't like to watch it.
Interesting.
That's why I know about sport. Like, I know the plays. I know how the rules are about some weird sports too. I love playing sports. Like I love watching. I mean, I love playing sports both on games and in person. I just don't like watching them. I don't like spending the hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is a big time commitment. It's definitely a background type of deal.
By the way, your
no
Jets are losing by a point right now.
1 point.
Call in a play, Steve. Call in a winning play.
Yeah. Steve's gonna call him right now.
Headset on. Do it.
Aaron Rodgers. Give it to Breece Hall. Breece Hall now.
You know what broke my heart?
You've been giving it to him all game. It's been working. Keep going.
They said
If they win, you should edit the fact that you just said that now.
You're right.
At the start of the game, they were like, Aaron Rodgers.
It's only the third quarter. We're good.
They're like, he's 41. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm older than Aaron Rodgers. I'm like the same age. I'm like, this is. Yeah. Because he looks older than me, I think.
Dude, our age, unfortunately, Dave, for sports is beyond, you're not going into the league at our age.
Yeah, I know. I every time we watch MMA, they're like, he's getting to the end of his career at
32.
Like 32. I'm like, oh God.
That's for the lighter weight classes though. You got heavyweights that could be like 50 years old and still get in there. And
speaking of which, did you see Francis Ngannou with the knockout?
What
in boxing?
Didn't even know he was fighting.
Was it boxing?
Well, his return to MMA was yesterday.
With what company?
Yeah, where's
PFL.
PFL.
Oh my God! See, they do a terrible job at marketing. I didn't see this at all.
Oh yeah. No, with the PFL, he fought another giant guy. It's really good, and he displayed all his he used some groundwork. But yeah, he won by knockout.
Crazy.
Listen, he's still a dangerous man.
He is.
Dude, John Jones congratulated him. They really that's the fight that has to happen. Him and John Jones, just God.
What I like too, I like his background, right? Again, here's another guy who had literally nothing until he started winning in the UFC, right?
And he made the right move leaving the UFC though, because since he left, he made over $1 million in boxing.
The boxing stuff, yeah.
And then he lost.
He lost
that one.
Yeah, but he knocked out an undefeated. He knocked down. Sorry,
he lost the one
champion.
bad against Anthony Joshua. But I mean, I don't know how much his head was in that fight anyway, because he had just lost his son.
Oh Jesus!
So
I didn't know that at all.
Oh God, yeah, you guys didn't know?
No, didn't know that at all.
Yeah, his infant son, passed away. So he had it was like a health.
Was it SIDS or something, or
something like that? I mean, he got an infection. It was
that's terrifying, man.
One was he 1 or 2? I don't know.
That's a little old, and it wouldn't have been SIDS if
he was. But it was.
You know what
so
that
I
is,
don't know how
Steve?
much his head was in the game for that fight. You know what I mean?
Are you familiar with that acronym, Steve?
No.
Sudden infant death.
Yeah,
syndrome.
sudden infant death syndrome. It's like if something happens to a baby within 6 months randomly, which is common. It could be, suffocated. It could be anything.
15 months. He was 15 months old.
It's a little.
He had a undiagnosed brain malformation.
Oh man, that's horrible.
So
was that his only kid?
I'm not sure. I think he has other, but
that was still horrible.
That was like a huge blow to him, obviously. And then so I don't know how much
his head was
leading into that fight, because he said, training kept his mind off of things, but I don't know how into
No,
that fight he was.
you can't keep your mind off of that.
So I
I'll
was real
tell you.
happy that he won that fight yesterday. I didn't watch it. I saw the highlights, and yeah.
Oh, we should
But
watch it and talk about the
so the
highlights.
PFL, that's the contract he signed. That's why he was able to box. So the
Got
deal
it.
was he got to do 2 boxing matches. Then he had to do an MMA fight with the PFL.
Now the UFC shut him out, or he just contract was over.
The contract negotiations fell apart because he wanted to go do this boxing thing, and they're like, no. He wanted more money, actually.
Obviously.
And it's always back to the money with the fighters in the UFC. So he wanted more money.
It's still a problem, unfortunately, right? Because the money, I still don't know. I can't fathom at all how boxing brings in the money it brings in. I feel like it doesn't get anywhere near the fanfare it used to get.
Because they're all promoters, though.
Yeah,
like the UFC is the promoter.
Major sponsors. Yeah.
Like they're all self-promoted. Like, you know what I mean? Like you go to see the boxer. In the UFC, you go to see the UFC.
Yeah, the event.
You know what I mean? Like you're going to see Tyson and Fury. You're not going to see the WBA.
You're going to see Floyd Mayweather.
That's the thing, and I guess that works for them. But that's the thing. Like half the time, you don't even know what the hell they're fighting for. Oh, he's the boxing champion of what? Which league? Pick a league.
Yeah.
You know, some of these guys have 5, 6 belts, and you're like, what?
Yeah. Well, I mean, also like name boxers outside the big 3 or 4. I could name like Lomachenko. I could name name the up and comers. I can't name the up and comers.
Jake,
most average people.
Yeah, because you don't even know where to keep track because there's no main league like boxing association that.
It's just rough though, because when they did the comparison of all professional sports like the NBA, Major League Baseball, the NHL, the NFL, of how much profit goes back to the athletes. The UFC was by far the lowest, far the lowest.
But it's also, correct me if I'm wrong, the youngest of the ones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the youngest of them too. Yeah.
I'm not
saying
you got to
give them a break. They're still starting up. They're still hurting for money. They're taking their time. They're building.
I'm not using that as an excuse, but I am saying. One, you're talking about leagues that have games every single, all the time that are constantly bringing in money. UFC.
I don't think. I mean, I don't think it's ever going to get to the football. The amount of money football drags in,
which is crazy because their seasons are so short. The seasons are so short. It's one of the shortest seasons of sport seasons in existence.
Yeah, but I mean,
I know why.
You can't play that long. Look how many injuries occur.
I totally know why. But it's still, the fact is, it's available to the public the least amount when you compare it to
yeah. Well, baseball goes on for too long. I can't even take it. It's too much.
How many games are in baseball? Because basketball.
Too many. 104,000.
The Yankees are going to the World Series this year, so
never
see
stops.
who gets to be to face them.
Yeah, everybody gets. Listen, I'm not. If I were to follow baseball, I would say Yankees were the team that I followed, but they have such a powerhouse buyout team every 3 years.
Almost in a million. But
yeah.
All right. Well, this has been longer than I thought it was going to be.
We got to an hour. We should let Mr. Bots go to bed.
All right.
Got a busy day in the morning.
We return to our normal schedule next week.
But this was a lot of fun. I think we should definitely do this again.
Yes, for sure.
I think there's an appetite.
Could we even do it? Could we go live in person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can make that happen.
That's what I'm saying.
This is easier for me if we do it this way. It's easier, but we could make it happen in person.
It's not about making it easy for you, Steven.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's about convenient for me and Dave.
Yeah, exactly.
Dave and
I mean, come on. We have to finish up our video this week, though. We have a video in the works.
Yes, more teasers. We have a wonderful Halloween video that we are filming and coming up on Halloween itself. It will be posted, so keep an eye out for that.
Figure it out Monday or Tuesday, gents. We can talk afterwards.
Yes, we'll make it happen, Nick. We know Nick has a difficult schedule.
It's all about Nick's schedule.
It's always about Nick.
At least you guys understand that. I appreciate it.
You haven't shot half of it without you.
That's good. That was the good half.
You're like,
I'm going to slow this process down even worse than I get there.
Oh, I know. That's why we were like, we actually almost.
Well, because for some of it, you're going to have to be the cameraman.
Write me out of it. I'm fine. I'll make my own. My video is going to be me watching your video.
I'll make my own with blackjack and inappropriate joke for the family podcast, but that's okay.
Okay,
No,
we're
it's a
gonna
future
end it there
reference.
now. Say the line.
I'm just
Say the
line.
line.
The line.
I love you from the bottom of my Crocs.
Say the word.
I love you from the bottom of my Crocs.
That's not a word.
That's some multiple
The
words.
Buddha.
Thank you.
Not that word. That's how we start.
He didn't say it though, so we needed it.
Okay.
We gotta start this stream over again.
All right, I gotta start all over again. Okay, hang on, guys.
No,
Real
no,
quick,
no,
let's
no.
start- okay.
Let's kick this Croc into comfort mood.
If you have not already, please make sure you all follow us on Instagram and on TikTok at Kickin In Crocs to see more of this absolute madness. Subscribe to us here on YouTube if you have not already. If you enjoyed this live stream podcast, I'd like to see more live streams in the future. Comment below. Let us know if we should do more of it. We'll give you guys more advance notice next time. Hopefully we can
We'll do it earlier.
He said
some
only if we're all
questions.
together though, because we have better energy altogether. And I agree,
Oh, yeah.
Anthony. We all agree, my friend.
No, it's true. It's true. We're in definitely more comfort mode in our own homes.
Yeah,
for
oh,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you
we
know
keep
what?
each other
That's fine.
active.
Every now and then, it just, we have to go this way. But this is a good thing to keep in the back pocket.
Life.
But until next time,
Well,
I've
because
been
we
Steve.
almost didn't do a podcast this week. It was almost just a nothing. So
And you've
you
been
take
who?
what you get, bots. You take what you get.
Yeah, this is better
So
than
you-
nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Until next time, I've been Steve.
Always, Dave.
Still Nick.
If you ain't crockin', you ain't rockin', and you stay kicking internet. Later,
5
everybody.
stars.
Good night. Oh, yeah, 5 star. Well, I mean, I don't know how. Oh, I didn't even think about that. How am I going to get this to be an audio version? I didn't even think about that.
Wow.
Oh, no.
Future
work it out.
The
problems.
audio listeners.
I'll work it out.
Future
We'll work it out.